And this is informal.
Yeah.
And I'll just tell you a little bit about what I have going on here.
Oh, you're fine. No, you're good. Whatever you want to do.
I know.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I told her I was setting up the middle school IT room.
Well, thank you both for being here, all three of you. My name is Dr. Amber Bolshani. I am a naturopathic doctor, and as a naturopathic doctor, I know that when we give the body the right type of fuel, it works better. Makes sense, right? Yeah. You don't take a cat and try to feed it a rabbit's diet, and you can't take a rabbit and feed it a cat's diet and expect that those animals are going to thrive. Our bodies have a certain requirement for our plants and for vitamins and minerals, beyond vitamins and minerals, what are called phytonutrients. And that simply means, phyto means plant nutrients. So there's hundreds and thousands of these plant-based nutrients every time we eat a fruit or a vegetable. When we eat an orange, we're not eating vitamin C. Our world we've really wanted to like simplify things so much. But when you eat an orange, you're getting over 10,000 different phytonutrients that our bodies have evolved with. We're omnivores down to, we got what we could to survive over the course of human evolution. So we are adapted to eating plants. And despite spending more on healthcare than any other industrialized nation, our levels of chronic disease keep increasing. And our levels of, I just saw death, like during COVID, things went down pretty much across the globe. There was higher levels of death. And for some reason, the United States, ours continues to accelerate while other countries are experiencing like a rebound, like, okay, things are getting back to normal. But I'll have to find exactly that chart. But it was really interesting to notice something different is going on in the United States. And I really think it's, to begin with, we weren't that healthy as a nation. We've really been sold on the idea of packaged foods and ease and convenience, and you could just drink a Slim Fast and be okay all day long. You got everything you need.
Slim Fast.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
I used to drink them in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it doesn't even have to be Slim Fast. Like there's things now you can go buy the latest,
Right.
It's called a health meal replacement, and it
Right.
costs $80 and it's got, whatever, but it's still not real food.
Right.
Our bodies need real food to function well.
Right.
So I have been making fire cider for probably 15, 20 years. It's a folk remedy, and I would just make it for my clients. I had a private one-on-one practice, so I would make it for my clients, or I would make it for my family. I usually made a batch every winter, and then during the pandemic, all of these bottles that were just floating around, people started asking me for more, or said, the friend that I gave it to would call me up and say, oh, I gave that to my mom. Can I get another bottle?
Yeah.
No, oh, I get it, and then somebody's aunt would call me up and say, oh, so-and-so told me about this. Can I get a bottle from you? And so I just started making it in larger batches, and people really liked it. People were getting amazing results. I have just screenshot after screenshot of testimonials. I'm not out there soliciting testimonials, but people just write me because they're like mind blown. They feel so much better.
Right.
So fire cider, like I said, it's a folk remedy. It's apple cider vinegar that is infused with healing herbs, roots, and fruits. And after a month's time of infusing, it's not fermented. A lot of people wonder if it's like kombucha in that way. It's not fermented. I strain it and I add local Pueblo honey. So the traditional fire cider recipe has the apple cider vinegar, horseradish, onions, garlic, ginger, and then a spicy, she used jalapenos, but since we're in Pueblo, obviously, going to use Pueblo chilies for that purpose. So that same basic recipe is in all three of my different blends. And then because I have this background in naturopathic medicine, I knew that I could gear these medicines to be more beneficial by adding more ingredients. So I created one blend that is, what do I have here? This turmeric gold. So I'm adding turmeric to this, fresh turmeric and a powdered ground turmeric and black pepper. So black pepper helps with the absorption of nutrients, all nutrients. You just put some extra black pepper on whatever you're eating and you're going, yeah, it pulls more blood flow to the intestines and helps with the absorption. So you're gonna get more.
That's what I was gonna ask, because I knew that turmeric was always supposed to be in combo with black pepper.
Yes.
But I didn't know why. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, all right.
Yep. Yep. And then the turmeric gold, I use pineapple. And pineapple itself is known for its anti-inflammatory effects. It's people, athletes use it after working out to help calm down any, inflammatory damage that they may have done there, or people with chronic diseases and chronic pain, things like that. Pineapple is often recommended to reduce the pain and the inflammation. So then I also have an elderberry rosehip blend, and the elderberries, maybe, have you all heard of elderberry? Yeah. So elderberries are pretty popular now too, known to help our body, especially against viral illnesses. So can be taken preventatively to resist getting sick, or even in, if you do feel like you're taking it repeatedly, like multiple times a day, will help shorten the duration of viral illnesses. And that's what some of the research has shown. I also added rose hips to this, which are a natural source, really rich source of vitamin C. And of course, like I said, I don't want to reduce any food to just one nutrient, but in times of especially illness, our bodies need more vitamin C. This also contains thyme and rosemary, which are beautiful herbs for our upper respiratory system. So this is kind of more geared towards immune system health, particularly upper respiratory health. Though, like I said, they all contain the same basic recipe, which itself, garlic is antimicrobial. Garlic will stimulate your immune system. Garlic can actually have the ability to kill off the, again, oversimplifying, but sort of bad bacteria while preserving the good bacteria. When you take an over-the-counter, or not over-the-counter, but a prescription antimicrobial, you kill everything. It's not selective. You're wiping out your good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria. Garlic itself tends to favor, encourages the good bacteria while reducing some of that lower bacteria. The same with onion and garlic are in the same family. And then horseradish, of course, which is in, again, all three of these, is known, who's eaten wasabi? What happens, the energy, you feel it come up here and open things up. Horseradish and wasabi are very related. And in fact, most of the stuff that we eat in the United States that we call wasabi is horseradish powder that has added green stuff.
Right, yeah, they add the color.
Yeah. So horseradish can really help open the sinuses and encourage clearing. Horseradish is also used to help digest fats and oils. So like people that have that digestive weakness. I'm sorry, I can.
It's okay, you're just like listening to it.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
My happy.
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Even just turning down would be fine.
Is that okay?
No, that's great. I want to say that definitely is, I'm sure to add to all the testimonials, being a teacher,
Yeah.
now I'm in a different role where I'm around people a lot too, at the Heritage Museum, but when I was a teacher, saved me so many times. Yeah.
Thank you.
Specifically the middle one, which
The elderberry.
Yeah, I think I have both the ones, no, I think I have the summer shrub. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the summer shrub and then the elderberry rosehip.
I have another woman who's a teacher and she comes and buys like 3 bottles at a time from me. And she told me that half her class was out. They had strep throat and some GI thing. And she said she didn't get it with half the students gone.
Yeah.
So now she's like, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Right. And then finally, I have the dandelion detox, which I've added dandelion root and dandelion leaf. And dandelion leaf is very mineral rich. So a lot of our food, even if we're eating, the whole living plant foods, because our soils have become depleted over time, they don't contain as much nutrients over time. So this is a really great place where herbs can come in to supply some of that, some of those nutrients that we may be missing. So dandelion leaf. The dandelion leaf also supports kidney function. So I call this dandelion detox, but this nothing can make your body detox. Your body is always detoxing. What we can do is give the body support, herbs and fruits and vegetables that we know support those glands and those organs so that they work better. So dandelion leaf helps the kidneys. Some doctors even use dandelion leaf as a mild antihypertensive. So people with high blood pressure can use dandelion leaf. It's a mild diuretic, and it, unlike pharmaceutical diuretics, which cause you to lose minerals with the extra fluid, this is preserving your minerals. And then the dandelion root in here, dandelion root is known to help the liver. So primary organ of detoxification, because health is not just what we're putting in, but it's what do our bodies know how to remove. And you have to have an efficient removal system in order to really be healthy. So this supports the liver, the kidneys, and the colon function as well. There's also cilantro in here. There was one small study that showed that people that took cilantro had an increased excretion of heavy metals. So heavy metals are toxic in our systems, and I mean, we're exposed to them. There's nothing that we can do around that. So again, if we can't avoid them, then what can we do to support our body in getting rid of them?
And that was cilantro?
Cilantro.
Huh.
Yep.
So you can only imagine other herbs probably do it as well,
Yeah.
but
Right.
all have like their own, like cilantro, that might just be like that superpower. So it's a shame that people don't like it. Some people don't like it.
Oh, I love cilantro.
Yeah, I make a
Are you
cilantro pesto.
like so you love it?
Yeah, I make a cilantro pesto. Like instead of basil, it's just all cilantro, and then some walnuts and little lemon juice, and yeah,
That's a good idea.
that's good. So, are there any questions? We can start sampling if you like.
So I guess my question really is sort of similar to what Shelley was asking. Like, if, obviously they're all gonna be good for you.
Yes.
But do you suggest like sort of picking one and just sort of doing that for
Yeah.
until you run out and then picking a different thing or
Yeah.
or kind of.
It depends on what you feel like you are looking for. I feel like it's always a good idea to have the elderberry on hand,
Yeah.
because if you start to feel sick, take a tablespoon of this.
We have another testimony real quick.
Hi.
Make the salad dressing out of the fire cider.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's a great way to eat it too, so it's not
Yeah.
always like a drink.
So, yay, she made me, she pulled me in.
Thank you. Great. So like I was saying, this one, I like to put a tablespoon in some warm water with maybe a little extra honey, and then I'll just sip it like a tea if I'm starting to feel sick or something like that. But then, you know, as a daily tonic, I think any of them would be really good.
I mix it with juice too.
Yeah, or just mix it, you know, it doesn't have to be a mocktail, like, and just juice is fine.
Or I'll take a shot if I'm just like, whatever, just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually, because just keeping things simple and easy, is I usually just drink it with water. And I don't measure, I just like, bloop, and then some water, and then drink it before my meal. I do always recommend before a meal, because it will, that sour flavor, like when you taste a lemon, you get the salivation, right? And that's what the sour flavors do. It increases the digestive juices that are produced. So taking this before a meal, you're automatically going to digest your food better, absorb it better. It also, apple cider vinegar has been shown to normalize blood sugar response. So if you are like going to eat the birthday cake, which I think everybody should eat birthday cake on their birthdays, but afterward, or you're worried about getting sugar crash, you can take some of this beforehand or even after, and it'll help with that. Or you ate, you know, like those times where you're like, oh, I should not have eaten that last bite, and it just sends you over the edge. Take some of this afterwards, you'll feel better. But actually, if you take it beforehand, you're less likely to overeat. There was a study done with two groups of people that they took to like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Some of them had vinegar before, and some of them didn't. And they measured the weights of the foods that people ate, you know, and what was left on their plate. And the people that took the vinegar first had 20% less.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah. has also been shown to reduce visceral fat, which is a type of fat that's packed around our organs and is known to be the more dangerous kind of fat as far as for our health. So vinegar itself is just an amazing tonic. It's been used, like we have recorded history of like 3,000 years.
I think Hippocrates had like some quote on apple cider vinegar. I forgot what it was. It was
Cool.
something like how it's like this amazing
Yeah.
catch-all for
Yeah.
various things.
So there's not necessarily a time of day that's better, it's just depending on your meal, like, it's not better in the
yeah.
morning or better at night
Um,
necessarily.
Some people just do a shot in the morning because they feel like it helps their energy. My preference and general advice is take it before your biggest meal. If you're just gonna do it once a day, take it before your biggest meal. If you have digestive issues, I have a friend and every time she would eat, she would get bloated. It didn't mean if she was just eating the simplest, piece of fruit, she would get bloated. And so she started taking it before every meal, before every time she ate, and it's reduced like 80%.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You can take it before all your meals. Oh, I'm gonna pour myself one too. Why don't I do that? Why don't I do that?
Too.
So I'll show you here, so you can look. These great little cards made up. It's got some information about fire cider on the front, and on the back are the recipes that you're going to sample today. So first we'll be starting with the elderberry appletini. So that's this elderberry rose hip, 1 tablespoon of this. Then I added some ginger beer and apple juice.
Oh, ginger beer. That's a cool idea.
So
Ginger
we're on
beer is
the
non-alcoholic.
elderberry apple tea, there we go.
Just in case anybody wants to know. So hopefully I'm catching you before dinner and you can go and
I
eat
am.
something
I'm about to have my
after this.
biggest meal.
Yeah,
Now
good.
that you told me that,
Good.
I was just reflecting
Thank
on how I eat
you.
in the morning and then I just bring a snack out to
Mhm.
work.
Mhm.
And I don't eat very much. I do better when I just like work like through lunch while snacking.
Yeah.
And then I come home and eat with my family. Even though I prefer to eat earlier, then I'm excited to have this right before I have
Yeah.
a large meal.
The mocktail is so nice because I'll have my whatever tablespoon shot in the morning or shot or whatever I think of it and it can and I dilute it just like what you're talking about. But man, like this, I could sip on this
Yeah.
throughout a meal and
Mhm.
like feel like put it in a fancy glass and
Yes,
Feel like it's a,
yeah.
exactly. I
And that's
have.
where I want to improve because like it's kind of always been like, all right, get rid of chicken fries. like prepping my inner child, like,
Yes.
all right,
It's good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Do this, like.
Yeah, it can be enjoyable and I mean, you can use it in any recipe that would call for vinegar. Last summer, I was making an awesome cucumber salad with thin sliced red onion. I think we were talking about this, and like a yogurt dressing, but I'd add a tablespoon or 2 of some of the dandelion detox in there too, and some fresh dill, and then toss that. My mouth is watering right now. It's probably from this too. So next I have the Pueblo Pina Colada.
To have it as yogurt sauce though, that would help you digest the yogurt too then, huh? Because that's, wow, I'm having like a mind blow. That's awesome.
Thank you. So this one is real simple. I bought the pineapple coconut juice that's already made from Knudsen and just added a tablespoon of the turmeric gold, which is a really gorgeous, bright yellow color. You can really see the vitality in the turmeric. And I import the turmeric from Hawaii from a small family-run business, which I'm so excited about to have made that connection. I'm trying to get everything local. I want to be 100% Colorado from farm to bottle. So I just won the Sun, Soil, and Water Summit pitch competition.
Yeah, right, that is definitely.
And I got a lot of contact information. There's actually somebody that grows turmeric and ginger in Colorado. So that's next step.
That is really, really
Well,
tasty.
cheers.
It's really
Cheers.
good, yeah.
Yeah, mine's already gone.
And we can have more. Actually, I poured a little bit because I didn't know, if you like, after we try them all, we
Eventually,
can
if
have
you
more.
like make these drinks,
Mhm.
like I will buy the drinks two.
Yeah, that could be like phase 2.
Right, that's
right.
Yeah, I can't make, because I'm operating under the Cottage Food Act, I can't make beverages.
Right.
So this, I mean, this is not a beverage, you would not just like drink the bottle, but like, it would be cool to make like a pre-made, drink that you take before your meals or after your meals or something like that, that's already mixed up with all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or for now, like you're doing, do a pop-up, what you're doing right
Mhm.
now, but then like,
And then just
then,
sell them.
yeah, totally,
I don't know.
yeah.
Just have like a
Oh,
keg.
nice.
Can we have like a
Right,
kegerator in here?
Yeah,
Just have it on tap.
yeah.
I would do that.
I just poured the wrong
I
way.
don't do, I don't know which one I would do.
All right.
If anybody's at home watching, if you live in Pueblo, you're 5 minutes away. Come and taste this.
Yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out.
We'll be here,
now.
yeah, we're just gonna hang out, very informal, or we'll drink your share.
So the next is the dandelion detox. I took a tablespoon of that. This recipe is a little bit more complicated. You need multiple ingredients. Everything I got at Natural Grocers. And I'm really proud to also be using JoJo's Sriracha, who is a local woman that uses Pueblo chilies to make her sriracha sauce.
Yeah.
That's completely preservative-free, gum-free, food coloring free. Yeah. So it's not super spicy.
Bloody Mary mocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, we're on the Bloody Mary now.
Extra horseradish sauce in there.
Yummy.
A little bit of black pepper. And it's a vegetarian Worcestershire, so there's no, I think it's like sardines or something usually they put in Worcestershire, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm using
No
up the,
sardines.
yeah, I'm using up the last of our Worcestershire because we got
Uh-huh.
got it from Sam's Club and it is good for cooking, like meat or something.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at that, I was like, there has to be a better way, so there's a vegetarian.
Yeah, it's
version.
Annie's,
Nice.
at
Totally
Natural
do that.
Grocers. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, wow. Oh, that's
More
good.
savory.
Oh.
And then you could put all your stuff in there, the celery, the olives, the
Oh.
bacon, all the nonsense that goes
It's
with
like
it.
tomato juice, but not so strong.
I know how to
Yeah,
make this healthy
it's
drink,
so,
unhealthy.
I feel like the Worcestershire really mellows the, just so you know. Tartness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't waste it. I was thinking about that, and I'm like, I'm not at home, I'm in front of people, don't do it.
Is it, anybody like another?
Yeah.
Now that you tasted
Yeah.
them
Can I
all?
tell the video what I think of this? Cause I'm like, I
Please.
still have
Oh.
some left and I want to, I'm like all about the experience of like.
Yeah, we'll
the
stand back there,
taste.
because that way we'll get you on
Okay, all
both.
right, perfect. This is the Bloody Mary mocktail and I love tomato juice, but it's usually too heavy for me
Mhm.
or like kind of acidic. This I can tell like, it's like tomato juice, but then it has, yeah, like that savory flavor.
Mhm.
So yeah. I love like drinking things and letting it just be present and taste all the flavors. Cause like first you taste the tomato and then is it pepper in it?
Mhm, black pepper.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which I just learned helps you digest like stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm in love with this because whenever I would go on airplanes, I would always get like the tomato
Yeah.
juice, but then it would be so delicious, but then I could feel hurt in my
Mhm.
stomach, probably because it's just all just tomato. It's basically all it is. So
Mhm.
this feels like I could drink like, I wonder, could you also like mix this into like however you make Bloody Marys, like a full drink and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
you wanted to make it alcoholic,
No,
that what you're saying?
no,
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't want to make it alcohol.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this, you could pour yourself, the recipe there is for like one cocktail size, it's probably like 6 ounces or something, and you could drink the whole thing. And you'd be getting your 1 tablespoon serving of fire cider in that
Mhm.
drink. Yeah. I made these exactly according to what's on there.
Yeah.
However much is, in each
I'll
one of
try
these.
more of the, what was
Yeah.
the middle one, the pina
Sauce.
colada one. The
Yeah.
Pueblo
Oh,
pina
yeah, come on in.
colada.
I'm sorry, hi. Hi.
Here, I'll-
I'm coming out.
Is
Yeah,
it
come have a
just-
mocktail.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pina
I can reuse
colada.
the cup, that's okay.
With the
This was
tomato?
why I had to
Yeah, we were-
reschedule
I had
us.
to
I'll give you. a
Okay, so I had to
Okay, fresh cup
reschedule
works.
us,
I
because
like
I was just
fresh
not
cup.
gonna be able to make everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No problem, I was just the one right
Yeah,
there.
perfect.
That's good.
6:46, I'm going, hi, what the heck, no one's here.
Yeah. Oh, shucks.
And the door, walked
Yeah.
right in, nobody's there.
I'm sorry.
I went there first too.
You know what, I think I might have put 6:46.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Probably like laughter and you're like, oh, it must be here.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amber.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi, did we meet just
Yes,
last
we
week or
did.
2
We
weeks
did.
ago? Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
cool. Tell me your name again.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hall.
Okay,
Oh,
nice to
yeah,
meet you.
same.
Oh, yeah. I think you were the first person to sign up on my list.
I think I was.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming. We're having, sipping, trying some mocktails. Would you like to try?
I did get the, yes, I'd like to try the one, the tomato one.
Okay.
I got that one.
Fire cider in general.
And I got that one. What, which one was the tomato?
So in the tomato one, I used the Dandelion Detox Fire Cider.
I like
So did you get this with the, did you buy some?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did, but I didn't.
Oh, okay. So here, this gives you the exact recipe that I use, that you sampled. Okay, so yeah, take that. And
Thank you.
the
Yeah, like a
Dandelion
little
Detox, I put
special
into the
cup
Bloody
that
Mary.
like has
Okay,
flavor in
so
it.
here,
Try
try
to
to have
use
some Bloody Mary.
collagen
Alright.
mixed with other things. So I'll
Yes.
put my tablespoon in there and then
Okay.
I'll put water in there, but keep it shot size.
Yeah.
So I can still go down the hatch, but it's still
That's good, right?
pretty good.
And all
Much
the,
more
the exact
delicious.
recipe is there.
But these
Oh, yeah.
And I
balls
used,
are, like if
so
I
I
just
used 1
made a
tablespoon of
big
this.
thing of it,
in
and
that.
then it's just.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been doing that.
Yeah, how you
However
feeling
long
since you've been taking it?
I do like it.
Good, good.
I know I've been trying
Well,
to
you
get
have those
more
3 bottles and she
pass
can bring some more. down.
into my.
Yeah, so if you're still watching,
Yeah, this is good.
we are now just kind of like in mocktail hour.
Yes.
So I know Jim is online. He's probably watching from somewhere maybe nice and warm, scuba diving, so he can't come and get mocktails.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, no, I am, Debbie and I were just talking about, you know, making up like, you know, maybe it's your couple of days, like one of the recipes and just having it on hand in the fridge
Yeah.
to just pour from that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could make a,
Yeah.
you know,
Like a
double or
sealed
triple the
container.
thing and just put it in a glass mason jar.
Yeah.
So pina colada could probably last a little longer, right? Because it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
Fire
once you mix it up, I would say drink it within 3 to 4 days.
Really,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't want to
Yeah.
do it longer than that.
Yeah, I just, juice doesn't really, you're not supposed to have open juice for that long. I think all the jars that I use say like 7 days.
Mm.
Like, cause I buy the big apple juice ones when I'm making these up, so I kind of have to, I'm like, okay, kids, now you can drink the rest.
Yeah.
I don't know, they say good for 7 days once opening, so I probably wouldn't go past that. I mean,
I live life on the edge.
yeah, I know,
I drink everything past the
I drink
expiration.
some tomato
I
juice
had
that was
the
open in
naked
there. I was
juice I just had, which I know is a lot of sugar, but I put it in it and I'm like, February, it's
like,
all
yeah.
right.
And I actually like adding the vinegar to like the pina colada, like that's straight juice. And the vinegar though, I feel makes it less cloying. Like when I don't usually drink just straight juice, it feels like it's coating my throat. And I think that vinegar just balances it out a little bit. And really, I mean, the vinegar is it's one of the Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. They all believe that we need 5 flavors for balanced health. So salty, sweet, pungent, sour, and what am I forgetting? Bitter. Okay, so those 5 flavors, it's not just about the flavor that they leave on the tongue, but what gives something its flavor is its chemical makeup. So they identified, you know, thousands and thousands of years ago that people are healthiest when they're getting all 5 of those flavors in their diet. Now, sour is something that Americans, we don't really eat sour stuff. And sour gummy worms don't count. Yeah. And my kids would say, I eat sour stuff. Because even like fruit, which has the fruit that modern fruit is like hybridized so much, we're not really getting sour fruit. And so so the salts, I'll just go through them all if you don't mind listening. So the sour is something we don't get a lot of in our Americanized diets. Pungent is another flavor that we do not get a lot of in our diet, and that is onions, garlic, and spicy things that like really like you, when you taste them, like, woo, they wake you up. When you have that horseradish, that's pungent, it's waking you up. And those bitter flavors help with digestion and detoxification. And we used to think it was really just related there, but now they're finding bitter receptors on our lungs. There was a study that found that asthmatics like had more bronchodilation when they were eating more specific bitter herbs. There's bitter receptors in the brain and the testes and the ovaries. So it's a whole wide world we don't really know. So sour, bitter, so sweet the sweet flavor from an herbalist and a holistic health perspective really refers to almost more like root vegetable starchiness. Like we have herbs that nourish our adrenal glands and help us with energy production and stress. Things like maca and ashwagandha are considered sweet herbs, even though to our palate, we wouldn't taste them and be like, ooh, that's sweet. But they have a little bit of starch in them, and that's why they're called sweet. Salty herbs, from an herbalist point of view, refers to the mineral content. So what we use as table salt is just sodium and chloride. If you're using sea salt, you might be getting some other minerals in there too. But something like dandelion leaf is what we herbalists would call a salty herb, because of all the minerals that are in there that our bodies need. And then what's my last one? Salty, sweet, sour, bitter,
Pungent.
pungent. So I talked about them all.
Did you talk
Okay.
about bitter?
Did I talk about bitter?
Okay.
Okay, the bitter, yeah, oh, so bitter is what I was saying, right, stimulates the liver, the digestion, they're finding those receptors everywhere. The pungent ones, I kind of like got veered. The pungent herbs, when you buy a Pueblo chili and you get that enlivened feeling and you start sweating, that gives you an idea of what pungent herbs do. They increase circulation, they increase blood flow, they'll like snap you to attention, wake you up, and they do help digestion as well. So this is, I kind of made these hoping that this would be a way to get more of that balanced wheel of flavors into people's diet. And I do add some local Pueblo honey, though these aren't sweet. I mean, if you just drink this straight, it's not going to taste sweet. You can always sweeten it more if you want, but these herbs can be drying over time. So the honey balances that out, brings a little bit of moistening effect to that. Yeah.
Once you open
Mhm.
a bottle, how long is it okay?
Probably 6 months to a year.
Okay.
And even on the shelf. I mean, you can put it in the fridge if you want, but it's vinegar. It's shelf stable. It's very acidic. I test the pH. It's still around 4%. So it's it'll last you. Yeah. Even if you're not using it,
So, I
Yeah.
could also mine the fridge, but I could even,
You
even
could.
when it's open? Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they last. I had a bottle that was like a year and a half old. I just was keeping it around for a while to see how long, and it was still good.
Yeah.
Anybody want to try?
I like
anything
that
else?
it doesn't degrade over time.
Yeah, the vinegar. Hi, Anne.
Yeah, come on in, Anne. Hello.
Come on in.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, just in time to
I
show.
know. Bloody Mary one. I still have up to that.
Okay.
We knew you both would show for happy hour.
It's clearly misled.
Yeah, right. I thought there was vodka on
So I like the Bloody Mary one.
Cheers.
Yeah.
This is elderberry apple tea. So it's using the elderberry rosehip fire cider mixed with some ginger beer and apple juice. So non-alcoholic.
And I used to
Ginger
have
beer at home, Oh, yeah.
I wasn't really
It's so
sick, but
good.
I was having a little bit of like.
Okay.
And I
Oh,
messaged her, she
so
said, oh, you can do that like every half
That's
hour.
unbelievable.
hour, just like a
Mhm.
teaspoon.
I mean, you can drink it
And I
straight,
just would go.
but you can also
At
mix
that
it
point,
into
I
something
did
that tastes good and is enjoyable. You could,
Yeah,
there's
shot
only a
down the
tablespoon
And,
in there with the 46
was
ounces of other stuff, so you could really literally make yourself a little mocktail before your dinner, drink it while you're cooking or whatever your, thing is, and get the dose of fire cider that's gonna help you digest your food better too.
Do you find you acquire the taste for it stronger fire cider as you?
I don't know. I mean, I think there are some.
Do you ever get used to it? Is that what you're saying?
I can get used to
Yes, yeah.
But,
I think that, I think it does, your taste buds do change over time based off of what they're exposed to. So I think it can become more palatable. I don't drink this stuff straight. I always dilute it. It's just easier on my system. We're all different. Everybody's gonna feel,
right.
I do know people that are just like down the hash.
Yeah.
With the undiluted,
Yeah.
I'm like, whew, like what we were
Okay.
talking about, like I tried, I was like,
It's a little bit
oh yeah, I
of
can
basically-
buck up. and
Oh,
do
I
that.
know.
You're
It's
like,
not-
no,
When I
I
feel something,
Change your
it's like,
cup, you don't need.
that and eat a clove of
So
garlic.
this is the
Yeah.
turmeric gold that I mixed with pineapple and coconut juice. So I'm calling it my Pueblo Pina Colada. No, it's not very spicy. You can't.
I have had it where I did take it straight and I didn't have enough in my stomach and didn't eat quick enough and it did.
Yes.
You know, it can,
Oh, yeah.
I think it can, you know, it's just strong medicine.
It stimulates digestion
Right.
too. So if you, drink this and then you're not eating food at some point, some people again are more sensitive than others.
Right.
But you're going to start, you'll feel like your stomach's starting to like, hey, when's the food coming? So this is all the recipes here. And then if you want to try the pina colada, I mean,
That one's
no,
super good.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, the Bloody Mary,
This
that's
is
my
the Bloody
favorite.
Mary.
I love the
Well,
other
no,
two, but I think that's
like
my-
both.
that was shot.
Which one haven't you tried? The elderberry?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Would you like to?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see your pina colada glass. Yeah.
Oh, that one's really good.
I don't want to mix tomato with sweet.
Yeah.
Can I try the elderberry again?
Yes, uh-huh.
Since you have it in your hand.
Yeah, and I've got it. I don't know why. Oh, it seems like a glass. Would you like any more?
I'm gonna do you have some more, I'll take whatever that you have, but I was gonna try the Bloody Mary. and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Mhm.
no. We are not.
Straight-
we're not-
Yeah.
Honestly, but you like wine, but still like,
And so,
We're just have this on.
yeah,
That's what I was saying, like put it in a nice fancy glass
She
and
does
just
have
have
it
on
all
that.
the time. These are her last 3 bottles, but I'll bring more tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can also, my website is drandrew.com with a dash, and you can order from me, and then we can meet up somewhere or pick it up at my house, something like that. And here, I'll just pour you this, you can double fist it.
And by all means, if anybody wants to buy a bottle, I
Yes.
mean, it doesn't matter that those are my last 3, like
Yeah.
buy them.
Yeah.
I will buy more from there, so. Yeah, Marcia came through, like she bought all 3 kinds.
Oh.
We were talking about it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She bought 1 bottle that night, and then
She
she
bought
came
3,
back and
yeah,
bought 3 more.
she actually, when she came, she's like, you know what, let me just get
Oh,
every flavor.
okay, awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, I want to get the turmeric gold,
Okay.
because I do have the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been enjoying the dandelion, but I've just been putting in, a little tablespoon and some, little bit of water.
Yeah.
And enjoying it. It's very good.
Good. The turmeric one, I use a lot of pineapple in, and you can taste the pineapple in there. It gives a little bit of extra sweetness that I really like too. That one I do probably enjoy the most just drinking straight is the turmeric one.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, straight with water. Not straight. Yeah.
So you have 3 kinds, is that what I
Yes.
see here?
Yeah, so I have 3 different kinds, and they all have the same basic recipe, the classic fire cider ingredients, which if you flip your card over, this is the same basic recipe, but then I added,
Okay.
to make it go a little over here, a little over there, depending on what you want.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to get, because I
So are
see
you-
Ann regularly enough.
So
that
this
she's
is all
here in
you
the
have
office,
here,
or she's
but you're gonna
downstairs
be
somewhere.
bringing more.
Everybody
I'll
is
bring more
free
for
to get
Rachel.
here, so.
Uh-huh, you can
Okay.
always, so her
Yeah.
main office is,
Oh,
you already
Yeah,
found it.
yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, I mean, so where you were, or, that's where we
Yes.
generally have it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. but-
Yes.
All right.
But you can
And,
buy this one tonight too, and,
mhm. These are
but
for
if you
sale.
guys
Yes.
want the same one, you're gonna have to arm wrestle.
So I actually think I want the dandelion, and I think she said she wanted the turmeric.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool. Yep, and Rachel can handle that transaction for you. Sure. Yeah. Anybody want any more samples? I've got more of everything. If you want the turmeric gold, the pina colada, there's probably 1 left. Who wants it?
Good, I'm glad somebody said it. Yay. Yeah, if you want, we can, yeah, let's do that. And you want the dandelion.
There you
go.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hey, I did break one.
Oh.
It was the saddest day of my life, as I was moving them around in my office and it slipped out of my hand and the entire thing broke on the
And you're
floor.
like licking the floor.
I know, I was like,
I'm
no.
surprised your whole office doesn't smell like vinegar.
Well, it did for a few days, which was fine, so I'm gonna hand this to you with care.
And let me just say how good your life is, if that was the saddest day of your life.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were other things that are probably more significantly sad, but that really bugged me out the most.
Yeah.
The other stuff I can get over.
Yeah.
So we need to go down there and pay you?
Yes, why don't you can come back and pick it up if you want, but go on down there.
Do that.
That turmeric gold is yours.
Thank you.
They're $29.
I want one of each, but I
Okay.
I don't have too much money, so.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Friday,
can,
we can Friday
yeah,
night.
I'll be here Friday.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll be here Friday. I'll be here Friday, so I teach class here at 9 on Fridays.
Oh, really?
If you ever wanted to do a drop-in,
Oh, 9 to 10, is it yoga?
No, it's a, high intensity interval
Oh, I
training.
like that.
Yeah,
I wonder what you.
Well, I work with the, I just started as a director at the Pueblo Heritage Museum, really close to here, so I'm like getting back to downtown, which is fun. Because we're right near the Union Depot.
I love that.
Yeah, so, that actually might work.
okay, cool.
I'm like, I love your yoga classes, so I'm sure I'd love it.
It's fun, we have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna bring a whole case over here tomorrow for Rachel, and then it'll be here, either way, it'll be here, yeah. Anybody want more?
The tomato.
Yeah. Mhm.
Did you try it?
Okay,
I'm a chugger.
okay,
You said 9,
Thank you.
9. Mhm.
9 to 10,
9 to 10, yep, $15 drop-in.
okay?
Usually she does like a series, it's like 6 weeks, I think, usually at a time, is that right?
Yeah, 6 to 8 maybe.
And then you can pay a cost for the whole thing, but you can also just drop in
How
anytime.
much is it for 6 weeks? Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
you're
because you
doing
have a
the
price, but then you discount if you sign up, and it's all the classes, it's like 5 classes a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Cause she does
You can all of
do,
them, so it's,
yeah, like a bar and a yoga class, and then there's
Nice.
3 of these HIIT classes a week.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either this week or the one after, I'll probably be able to come. Cool. Just here in this room?
Yep, here in this
Awesome.
room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
where'd you move from?
I'm born and raised in Pueblo,
Okay.
but, I just started at the Heritage
Oh, good.
Museum earlier this month, yes.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
what's your role there?
Yeah, I'm the director, so.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I know, the job chose me, like it's a long story, but they just basically reached out to me, some people I know who had already worked there and still went through the interview process, but, been talking to them since like December. And so actually like, I'm director, but then privately I'm also interim until December.
Mhm.
And if we find someone who's great, then I'll train them up and get hands on off to them. And if not, I'll continue the contract. So
Cool.
that's really good. Cause like, just working on, they wanted me because of my experience with small business development center, especially, and also the community side too,
Mhm.
with community engagement. And so, it's really fun just working on like helping them, not be dependent on grants, and then like expanding their exhibits and really focusing on the aspect of heritage, which I realize I'm an author and a writer, so it's a fun little fact for me. History and heritage go together like his and her. So we also, we're different than other museums, also we're collaborating with them, but we're different in that we're not just about history, we're also bringing in heritage, and we're kind of stepping a step back to past, present, and future, and like how those all go together. That's why I'm really excited to work with Gregory with this, with the Star Journal in general. We have a little display, and so does the library. Like Pueblo's had like 80+ newspapers in the last 100 years of like many languages. We have an amazing history here. And so, and also with Lucky the horse, which Gregory has done a lot of stuff written on him, the blood. It was a horse that, have you ever seen the mural on South Solo Road? Do you know about Lucky?
I do.
You do? So you did
But
that.
also had girls, they really did.
Debbie,
When they were in
thanks so
school.
much for coming.
Yeah, they love
And
Lucky.
if you have
Yeah, that's my
questions
favorite.
or comments or want other ideas on how to use it, just reach out.
You bet.
Yeah,
Oh, hi,
okay, thank you.
Hi, Bonnie.
You're all dressed, like, because I'm going to work out.
I'm just working out with you.
I know. I'll have to do some more drop-in.
Okay.
All right, see you.
Bye, thanks for coming.
I got some pics of you too.
Oh,
And like shorter clips and stuff of like certain like mind-blowing moments.
Okay.
She had, I like always learn something new from her. And she said a few things, I can't remember what it was, but the 5 flavors.
Yeah.
I think you told me about that once, but the way you put it to me.
All right.
And then like kind of on the adverse side, I'm like, oh, wow, that's how you get
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
out
what.
of it.
Yeah, somebody else.
Okay.
already did it.
Yeah.
Really nice life for it.
Come in and see me. Lots of read my email. Oh, yeah.
Because we didn't get this in,
Thankfully,
last week.
having
Okay,
my
well,
mom.
good. I'm glad you got that.
So
Yeah.
I've always
I'd like
had
to
her,
get
like,
another one
when
for my
I
girlfriend,
like
Becky.
go out
Okay,
and
she was
mail
there,
and
she
come
bought,
back and not have much family. It's like,
two.
oh,
I
I
know she
okay.
was working. But, yeah, I'd like, so I'd like to take one.
No,
if
and
you
this
don't
seems
mind.
like a
Yeah,
really-
sure.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
had
for
her-
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
All
right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Right. Natural
Cool.
ability to want to eat well.
Okay.
Because our bodies want
I'll
to eat
bring-
well.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I know
Another
it takes
case?
work.
Sure.
actually to go
Okay.
And just any, if you wanna bring it on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
For people that
Or
bring
work.
I feel like.
I think that's what we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, because obviously
Yeah.
you're selling,
Yeah.
it, right,
Yeah.
pretty consistently, so.
Yeah, it's exciting. Thank you so much. You never know.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I really
the
appreciate
mason
it.
jars.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I
So much more salad.
put time in and things that are really valuable,
That's a
important
good idea. I
and
have
easy.
seen, like,
Yeah.
videos
And that aren't
online,
things
because
like
I
you
just
make
make a big
Cookie,
giant bowl,
like,
and I have it, but I love.
there's
the
been
idea
so
of
many
having it
trends
to
throughout the
go.
years, and
yeah.
I could have jumped on board a million
Oh,
of them
yeah.
and like made my money for 2 years,
Right.
and pulled out, and I don't have the energy to do that.
I'm gonna,
So.
anything else even has
I
mason
mean,
jars.
I get it, like, we get, all get drawn into And I even certain had things, more but like salads and mason jars, so I just
If
put
you're
them in glass containers.
a staunch vegan, and then all of a sudden now you're
And
like,
they're so pretty. They
oh,
just
now
look,
I'm on
you know,
keto.
the other colors,
I
with
have
cabbage in it,
starts with
purple.
trust me, in like what you're
Yeah.
trying to tell me all the time, you know, not you, but you know, like
Yeah, that's
when you see
awesome. I
people
love
like
that too.
Right.
switching here, switching there, like this is like plants and real food, that's
Yeah.
like never going out of style.
Right, right, no, and it's just like bringing back what we knew thousands of years ago. And, you know, it's amazing because we have medical technologies and advances where we get to study things on a level that we've never been able to study before in our existence.
Yeah.
Where we can see things, like we can put things under a microscope and we can see things and we can test how things run and work through the body. And yet it's still like how it keeps coming back. It's like, oh yeah, dandelion, right?
Yeah.
And at
That's a
one
weed.
Right, at one
Right.
point, I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, it was like you sprayed as many chemicals as
yeah.
you could on every dandelion that you've ever found
Mhm.
in your yard. And it's one of the most nutritious things that you could ever be ingesting.
Mhm.
I don't know, so I just love that we get to go back to the things that make sense.
Well, and if
Real
we
food
grow,
makes
if
sense.
you have dandelions, obviously they haven't been sprayed. You can like cut them so that they don't seed and become pokey, right? Or like when they're growing, or do you have advice for that? Do you grow your own dandelion or do you always buy it? I wonder,
No,
like, how do you prevent it from becoming like a nuisance? Like, is there a way to just cut them back and prevent them from seeding or prevent them from getting pokey?
Well, they will go to going to the flower process. And if you want the leaves, it's best to do the young leaves from the center
Yeah,
of
Okay.
that,
heard that.
before it
It gets big.
shoots,
Okay.
yeah, before it blooms. But I've never really done like cultivating dandelions
Yeah.
myself, but I know, I mean, you can go to natural grocers and buy a leaf that's this big. They have bunches of raw dandelion leaf. It's delicious.
Really? And
Yeah.
the root is,
You can make a little
too.
salad before your meal and then you're getting, like, it's a bitter green. But a lot of like European countries will just eat a small bitter green salad at the beginning of their meals because
Yeah.
it stimulates digestion and helps with digestion, and dandelion is one of those things. I like the dandelion. I chopped it and then I make like a warm vinaigrette dressing. And when you pour it over it warm and you kind of give it a little massage, it'll wilt a little bit.
Do you want me to
That's really good.
continue live streaming?
No, that's okay. Yeah, we're good.
We had, it looked like we had 5 people watch on.
Oh, wow, great.
Yeah,
Great.
I never did a live stream before, so.
Great.
That's
That's
awesome.
delicious.
Yay.
Blown away.
I
anticipated a whole vinegar taste.
Good. Well, I mean, if you just drink straight from that bottle, it's gonna be vinegar,
Okay.
but you can.
Love
Okay,
vinegar.
well, that's fine,
feel
feel
free.
free.
Especially once you taste these.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
No, he's thrilled. He loves
Is there more of the, what is it, the pina colada one?
That one is gone.
No, what's the other one that's sweet? The
Elderberry.
If there's any
Yeah,
more of that, I'll
there's
have
more.
just a, let's just have big mold.
Yeah, sure.
Mold, please.
You want some more?
Oh, okay.
Oh, shoot, I've got your leaves, cough drops.
No, yeah, just keep them. I'll come back.